Some will rightly wonder why on the first Sunday of Advent, and on a day when we observe World AIDS Day, with a theme that we've chosen here of hope. You see, hope. It is the first Sunday of Advent is about hope. Why would we read an apocalyptic text? But I want us to try very hard to put aside our modern understanding of that word apocalypse. Yeah, get rid of that cartoonish reference to Revelation they've been jamming down our throats. Let that go. Let the graphic novel version of the end times go. Put that aside for a moment. This isn't about the chaos of monsters in the end. This isn't about who is righteous and who isn't righteous, by the way. And there are going to be some church folk that are going to like to hear that. No, it isn't about that. It isn't about who is righteous or isn't righteous. This isn't about getting left behind, you know the novels. It's not about that. The Greek word for apocalypse is apokalypsis. And it's a simple word they used all the time back then. It meant uncovering, appearing, revealing, being brought in on something that was not uncovered, but now is. And so when the followers of Jesus became mired in hopelessness about their future, when they despaired that the kingdom of heaven that Jesus proclaimed did not appear to be happening, the evangelist of Matthew offers this apocalyptic message, this revealing message, so that the people without hope would wake up and see what's really going on. Look around, tell someone next to you, wake up. It can serve two purposes, to get it in your mind, but also to really wake them up. Matthew wants a people who are upset and mired in hopelessness to wake up and see what's really going on. And what's really going on is that there will be a confrontation with the system of domination. It's coming. That the world can't go the way it's been going. There's gotta be a change of some sort, and it is coming. And God will see that justice will be done. And the truth is, it's going to get worse before it gets better. That is the inevitable backlash from the powers that be. They will try to stop progress when it's being made. When justice is being done, powers that be get nervous. And so Matthew wants them to know that there is going to be a backlash because we are banding together as a community. We are pulling together. We're fighting injustice together. And when we do that, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But everything that Jesus had taught them about the coming kingdom of heaven is still on the horizon. Jesus had introduced and embodied an alternative ordering of the world where justice is the order of the day. People would have what they need to live and thrive, where the poor, the meek, and those who mourn are blessed and favored. Jesus will confront the powers to make this world possible. And so he began to stimulate their imagination about what kind of world that could actually be. And they began to believe it. That it actually can get better. And so in these apocalyptic words that Matthew attributes to Jesus, there is recognition that when things get tough, when it gets hopeless, then we react one of two ways. When things are really rough, we could say, you know what, life is terrible. It's so rough, so I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm not going to care about anybody but me. I'm going to get mine. After all, life is short. The world is going to end soon. That's one reaction. Another reaction are the people who say, oh, The apocalypse is coming, so let me be as righteous as possible, and let me look down upon other people and tell them how good I am, and be all judgmental so that I can go to heaven when God comes back. In the word, they become so heavenly bound that they're no earthly good. Those are some of the reactions people get when they think that it's all going to end. And what both these groups have in common is that they are so mired in hopelessness that they fail to do what faithful people should do when the world is not as it should be. They fail to love their neighbor. They fail to do justice. They give up on building beloved community. They stop bearing witness to what is good and just and loving. And whether they realize it or not, they are preparing for and serving death rather than giving witness to life. Ooh, you're so quiet, but hopefully you heard me. But Jesus' message to both groups is clear. Wake up, be alert. Nobody knows when this cosmic confrontation with the forces of injustice is going to happen, but don't get distracted about time and when. Don't get distracted. Don't let anxiety about how chaotic it is distract you from the work you must do. Don't let it divert you from your purpose of being a good and just neighbor. Ground yourself in hope, because justice will be done. That's the message. It will get rough, but justice will be done. And I need you to be doing justice, not worrying about whether or not you're going to some imaginary hell or heaven. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. One of the scariest things about the moment in which we live is not knowing what is going to happen. The institutions we have relied on to bring stability, our media, our government, our faith communities, they appear to be fraying and unequal to the task of confronting injustice and inequality and domination. The progress we have made, more equality, more visibility, more equal access to a range of benefits, is being turned back by a reactionary, xenophobic approach to governing, where it's not enough to go around. It's too scarce. We can't take care of each other. Our leaders exhibit so much hypocrisy and blindness and corruption that we rightly suspect that they are actively interfering with making real change. And more people are so fed up and so cynical, they are embracing fantasy and conspiracy just to cope with the world that is hard and brutal and cold. But in the face of all that, here's what's really going on. A new age is unfolding. A new age of justice is unfolding. The odds are arrayed against us, but there's something happening. In the midst of backlash and stigma, we are on the cusp of realizing the end of HIV. And even as the last few miles of the journey seem harder to travel, the vision of the end of the epidemic is on the horizon. What is really being revealed to us is that no matter how hopeless the situation appears, it seems like people have forgotten, people don't know, or people are stigmatized. Hope is on the way. Wake up to what is being revealed in the coming together of people like this. You are the change and the hope sitting here right now. It's on the horizon. Can you see it?
Yes, amen.
Can you see it? Can you be alert to the possibility of justice prevailing and daily bread being provided? This is an invitation to live in ways that we don't allow apathy and complacency rob us of our agency and our advocacy. Oh, I know it. The word woke has been overused, and far too many people misunderstand or cheapen it by invoking it inaccurately. But I think the backlash that you experience is because people are woke. What that means is people have hope. They know that it can be better. And so they're telling you now, they're finding their voice. They're finding their message that it can be different. It can be better. And that's what we mean by being woke. I know now that what you're telling me isn't true. There is hope over the horizon. I know now. That's what it means. That the oppression that you've been heaping on me won't last too long. That the things you've been telling me have been a lie. You said that I don't belong to God. You've been telling me that I'm not made in the image of God. You've been telling me I don't deserve a good and healthy life. You've been telling me that I'm too bad, I'm wrong, I'm the wrong sex, I'm the wrong sexuality. You've been telling me all these years that I'm not a part of it, but it's a lie. On the horizon is a new day. It's coming, it's coming. I see it. Wake up. Amen. We are finding our voice. We're advocating for ourselves. We're living out our hope for a better way of living. We're living out our hope for a better way of being, of thriving in the world. We are fighting that stigma. We are getting into care. We are becoming undetectable. We are demanding change. We are getting the world out there. We're getting that world that there won't be HIV. We have what we need to do it. One scholar, I'm about to sit down, I know I get excited, you have to forgive me. One scholar maintains that this passage, this apocalyptic, this revelation that's been given, that Matthew gave us, is an invitation to shift our focus from times and signs to faithfulness. That's the gift. That living in hope means that we are thinking we're living faithfully. We're preparing ourselves for that world we want to see. We are participating already before it's here. We're participating in that world we want to have. We are showing love that we anticipate. We're showing community that we're anticipating. We're living faithfully. So we keep loving, we keep doing justice, we keep working to build an inclusive and equitable, beloved community, and it won't matter how resistant the empire is. It won't matter who's sitting in the White House. We don't matter how ignorant he is. It won't matter. It won't matter. It won't matter because we will have built the world we've wanted to see all these years. It won't matter when the cosmic confrontation with injustice happens. It won't matter because we will live out the change we seek and build the world we are hoping for. Yeah. We live in hope. We are grounded in hope because we see the end of HIV. We live in this liminal space when it's already happening, but it hasn't happened yet. I know that sounds strange, but we're that in-between space. Already, not yet. My invitation is to live the already so that the not yet will give way to the reality we seek. May it be so. Amen.